What's up guys, Diahuntergirl here, and today we're back with a new video, and I'm doing a tutorial on how to build a medieval styled stable. So yeah, hope you enjoy and let's get right into it. First off, we have to decide where you want to build it, and the plot will be 12 on 13, so make sure you have enough space for this design. So to start to build off, I'm gonna start with some blocks where the pillars will be. We'll start on this corner, then you count 3 blocks, leave 2 and 3 again. This is where our pillars will be for the front of the build. So on the 2 middle blocks, we're gonna raise these 4 blocks. 3 blocks will be stone brick, and then 2 on top will be a bit different. You can choose whichever you like. On the outer side, we'll only raise them 3 high. So for the sides of the build, we're gonna leave 3 blocks open and then put a pillar and just repeat that until you are at the corner, and repeat the front for the back and the sides. Remember guys, you can always put the video on pause and check if you got it right. So next up, we're gonna do the walls in between the pillars, and you just do this for every open block in between the pillars. So when you're done with the walls, you can also take these 2 walls away, depending on if you want both sides to be able to have an entrance. So to do the inside of the stables, we just leave 3 blocks and do the pillars and basically copy what we did on the outside. Now you can choose to make these middle ones 3 high or 4 high. I'm actually gonna do 4 high. It's just my opinion, looks nicer. Next up, we will be putting walls in between the pillars so that we make different parts of the stables for every horse that you have. So far you should have something looking like this. Now next up, we're gonna change the wool blocks into grass blocks. So now we should end up with something like 16 pillars with small walls in between. So next up, we're gonna do the outlining of the roof. We're gonna start on this block and be doing a slab and 1 in front of it. Then we're gonna go 1 higher on top, and we're gonna make a little staircase of 4 slabs that go upwards every time. That leaves us with this. We're gonna do the same on the other side. Just make a little staircase of 4 slabs going upwards towards the middle. So next up, we're gonna be placing 2 blocks down next to the last slabs. Afterwards, you should have something like this. And we're gonna start with some stairs on top, just a stair on top, and then an upside down stair. The last stair I just placed is wrong, so we're gonna take that away. So a stair on top of the block, then a upside down stair, and then we're gonna put blocks on top of it and just repeat the stairs all the way to the top, and place 2 stairs on top so you have a point on the top, and that makes our outlining of the roof. So you can change these 2 full blocks into stairs depending on what you think looks better. For me, I like the full blocks, so I'm just gonna do that. So for the size of the building and the roof, I'm just gonna use slabs and make one line to the other side and just repeat the pattern of the roof on all sides. So we end up with something looking like this. Now for a bit more detail, I'm going to be putting some stairs upside down on these two for the entrance and on the other side as well, just to have a little more detail in the build. You can also use some upside down stairs for the inside of the pillars and just place them on all the sides of the pillars except going into the hallway, and you should have something a bit on the lines of that just for a bit of detail. So this part might go a bit fast, so put on pause if needed. So we're gonna be putting a upside down stair on the third block and then a slab on top of that, but with space in, and a bit more of a slab. I don't know how to explain this, but we're gonna change that block into a upside down stair again. So yeah, just for a bit of detail, stair, then a slab in the middle flying a bit, and a stair on top also flying a bit with some space in between. So next up I'm gonna do the same on the inside of the stables. We're gonna put a upside down stairs, a slab in the middle and on top. So just repeat the pattern between every pillar for a bit more detail in the stables. It's just the same pattern over and over again. I hope it's not too difficult. It's just a pattern that I really liked. So yeah, just repeat that on every pillar. So now that we've done that, we're basically done with the inside. I'm gonna change to wood and do a line of it. Just line the blocks out so that we have a bit of an inside starting. Just have a little 4x4 blocks open for a window later on. Just repeat on the same side. It's almost a cube, just not completely. This is also going to be part of the roof later on, so yeah. So for a bit more detail on the outside, I'm going to be putting trapdoors underneath the chiseled blocks, and just do that for every side. In the middle it's going to be on the third, on the outside it's going to be on the second block, and just repeat that for the full build. So when you're done with the outside of the build, you can also use the trapdoors for the inside of the build if you want a bit more detail there, and just put them underneath the chiseled blocks again. So next up I would like to do the roof. So for the roof we're just gonna use spruce planks and follow the pattern that we made with the outside blocks, and we're also going to be using some spruce planks for the full blocks we placed down. So yeah, just follow the pattern. and that gives us a full spruce roof. So on the inside I'm gonna be making a floor with spruce slabs and just putting them on top just above the pillars, and I'm gonna make it day for a second. So yeah, just place them on top of the pillars so you have a little room upstairs above the stables. And when we're done with that, I like to make a little staircase with ladder. Well, I'm gonna do ladders because staircase is too big for here. So you can just go up the ladder and go to the room above your stable. And of course we need some light in the stable, so I'm gonna put some lanterns around. You can choose wherever you like them to be. And of course we don't want our horses to run free, so I'm gonna put some spruce fence doors in the gaps, and that will make our small 6 compartments for our horses. And of course we need some glass in our windows, so we're gonna fill those 4 blocks up with glass. Choose whichever glass you like most and just fill that up. What I also like to do is make a little flower pot underneath the window. Put 2 grass blocks and surround them with spruce trapdoors, and you have yourself a little flower pot. Of course we have to fill the flower pot with some flowers, so choose whatever flowers you like, and then we can just repeat that on the other side. Next up, I'm gonna put some hay bales and some cauldrons with water in them in every little cottage for every horse, just for a bit more detail. And what I also like to do is just change it up a bit and have the hay bales and cauldrons on different sides every time. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna quickly look at the outside, and it's looking good. So what I want to do here is put some lights down, of course, have light in the room. You can put them wherever you like, and I think it might be fun to put some hay bales around here and just have them like changed up a bit, however you like. There's not much to play with, but just try and find your little pattern of hay bales and play around with other stuff. Next up, I would like to make a little pathway with some dirt and some shoveled grass and just play around, have fun with it, just so it looks a bit more used and you have a little road to walk on and have it lead to another place. You can use cross dirt, whatever you like. You can also use just stone bricks depending on what your roads are made of. So yeah, just play around with that. So I'm gonna change the inside a bit. I'm going to be lowering the stairs by 1 block, just 1 block, and I'm gonna do that quickly for all the stairs. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna make a little pattern by using slabs, as you can see here. So 2 slabs above and then 1 in the middle. You can also just use full blocks if you like, but I'm gonna do the little pattern just for a bit more detail. So I basically make a little cross. So now we of course have to check if our horse does not get hurt. So let's just open these, go inside, close them, and there we go. Our horse does not get hurt if you go in or outside the stables. So that's the stables done.